All right, so this is the video for week 4 for the report 4.7 in week 4. So this week we were working on for our device. We were working on assembling it together with all the components. So this is the device that we got that we needed to connect the ultrasonic sensors, the sensor, and then we had the two resistors that connected the trigger and the receiver function from the ultrasonic sensor, and then we wired them up to the Raspberry Pi to 3.3 volts, and then ground. We also we were expecting to have the laser so that we could put the laser on, but I didn't get the component that week, so we just stayed with this implementation, and we were able to make it run and read some data. If I think it was Isaac that was running it, this was the one that we showed in the demo, and for the 4.3 sources that we have for this week, for this one over here, the resources for our design pattern. Since you told me that the design pattern that I was thinking was incorrect, then I started kind of like thinking what this could be, and I think I found these 3 resources about the facade pattern, and I think this is more related to what we are working with. So right here it says the facade pattern. It's a simplified interface to a complex subsystem that works with different systems at the same time. So they have the example over here that they have different components, or multiple components, like a DVD player, projector, amplifier, and lights for a home theater. And then the facade pattern, what it does is that it combines everything into one function, or it's one function, and it's setting all of the functions just in one place. So it's calling a class, and inside that class is initializing every single component that this is using. And I think we're doing the same thing over here. We have different components or different things that we're working with, like let's say like this part, the laser controller. So this is controlling the lasers we have, turning on or off the laser. We have the Bluetooth server that configures like the Bluetooth connection for our device. So that's a different component. And then we have these API clients. So this is our API structure that we are sending to this URL. And this is where we combine all of the components together. So like this example over here. So we're doing basically the same thing, initializing the config file. We are initializing the sensor, the ultrasonic sensor, the init driver sensor, and we are calibrating this sensor, and then we are also initializing or calling these pin out from this config file for the pins for the laser. So I think this is like combining all of the the items together or the components together, and then all the way in the bottom we're just running our main, and then we're just calling this class the facade pattern class, and then we are just initializing the device. So I think, according to what I read, this is the closest pattern design that we can implement, because we have different components. So next week we're gonna be able to work on having the laser connected to this device, and then we're gonna be able to test the actual code on the device, and that's what I worked on during this 4th week.